As we light our chalice, you may want to pause and light your own candle at home, or just open to light in your heart and your mind and your body as we recite our chalice lighting from the Passover Haggadah. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of Life.
Unison affirmation of covenant and mission. Our covenant is to be a loving, joyful community that nurtures spiritual growth, promotes compassion, social responsibility, and service in an atmosphere of mutual trust. Our mission is to be a faith community devoted to love and respect, reason, and justice.
Even though we are apart, we have another opportunity to participate together as we hold our joys and sorrows, those celebrations and concerns we all have for those we love, those we know, and so much lately, even for the whole nation and the wide world. This morning, what are your joys? What are your sorrows?
Okay.
Morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Welcome to our morning of embodied spirituality. And I really want to bring you into a feel, a sense of what I experienced on the Clarion River the other day when I was down at Cook's Forest. And maybe I floated down the river 2 or 3 miles. Children were there, friends were there. There was so much joy. The sun, the water was so cool on a really warm day. And I just did a belly crawl the whole time down that river, and what struck me in every cell of my body was that sense of flowing, even over rocks. You know, there would be rocks, and why didn't I run into them? There was a flow over them because the water was flowing over them. So today's theme is relaxing while finding the flow. And it starts with the breath and a sense of being centered in the self. And that's what I want for you. So what I do is only a seed to kind of bring you into yourself. If you go in a different direction than I'm in as I'm exploring, great. Go with the improv of it all. Fill yourself with the breath. In fact, if you would, I assume that you're sitting. And I'm lucky I'm here with my friend Karen, so I have somebody attending to me. But what I'd like you to do, if you would, is just for a moment close your eyes and go into your breath. And by go into, I mean to attend to, pay attention to, be aware of, be present to. And you may find lots of feeling and sensation around your chest. You know, our heart sitting there in the middle of our lungs. Find a place in you that feels like you can rest back into. And then what I'd like you to do, if you would, is if your eyes are closed, open them for a moment. And choose a movement in your body. You could choose the one I've found for myself. It might be I'm inhaling going forward and exhaling going back. And I'm getting a sense of rolling on my sits bones. Yours could be side to side or a spiral or circular. Let the flow of the movement bring you more into the sense of your breath. And allow your heart to be filled with joy. Just let it happen. You know, imagine the sun shining, imagine the wind blowing, imagine the water moving. Yeah. And as you find that water course way, isn't that what is talked about in Tai Chi? I think is that water course way. Find that water course way. So right now, what I've found is a little spiral that shifts from my right sit bone to my left. It's really beautiful. And I'd like you to start to play with your arms a little bit. So one way to do that is if we start in Anjali Mudra. So see if you can kind of hang in that flow through your spine, your torso. Gently with your hands together now, connect the sense feeling of your hands together down your arms and then to your elbows, and then from your elbows up into your shoulders. And see if you can find a way to coordinate the movement of your arms and your hands with your spine, with a sense of center and with your breath. And as you do, experiment a little bit. You know, you can roll the hands towards the chest as you lift the chest. You can round the spine as the arms move forward. And this is just a suggestion. Again, it's let your natural improvisation unfold. And you're totally welcome to do even getting up out of your chair if you want. And I want you to really notice once you get a sense of a movement that's can be repeated, that you can move your arms with your breath. Now, I've been playing a lot lately, and by lately I mean for the last couple of decades, with the forearms coming together. Try that one. And again, remember, it's move from your source of inspiration, your source of improvisation. And then just for a moment, pause with your hands in front of your chest and sit tall and sense and feel the front of your body and the back of your body, the sides of your torso, and fill it full of your breath, that entire torso. And check through your body. If you feel tension at all, relax the tension with your out-breath. Uplift yourself with your in-breath. And by uplift, I mean tune into the song of your cells. What every molecule of your being, as it begins to vibrate with the breath in the movement and in the stillness, let it bring to you a sense of well-being and joy, pleasure. And then go back gently into moving the spine, moving the arms, and try small things like the elbows together and open the arms out, and then open the elbows out and the hands together. I even like going all the way to the fingertips. Play with motion. I like to find the motion and then really bring the breath into it. This play with the fingers together, it makes like a little globe, and it feels really good moving through the spirals of the arms. And I'll push it and make shapes with my hands, right? The space formed a triangle, a circle with the fingers. So in a sense, I fascinate myself with the movement and the connection of the breath to the movement. So now I'm going to see, well, how can I connect my breath to all of that? You know, and it's such an intimate experience. It really takes your tuning in to your inner experience, your breath, the sense of the movement, your kinesthetic sense. And then once you really start to feel full, relax for a moment. Just relax the arms, relax the hands, and notice within yourself, it's a kind of a draping sensation of the arms. Breathe. You might close your eyes. You don't have to. You can keep your eyes open. As you're inhaling and exhaling, let's go a little bit deeper this time. We're going to spend a minute or so maybe just breathing. Inhaling, exhaling. Notice the quality of how the breath moves into your body and how it moves out. If you notice any tension, it might be in your shoulders, or maybe your jaw, or if it's in your chest, use the exhale to let that tension flow. Let the flow. And I can tell when I'm getting close to that place of relaxing, right? Because remember our theme was relaxing and finding the flow. I can tell when I'm starting to relax because there's a warmth and a tingling, a sense of aliveness that comes through the entire body. So please do, as you're breathing here and you're relaxing your arms a little bit, take in your feet, your legs, all the way up into your pelvis. Yeah. Don't forget the back of your head, the top of your head, your face. Does that aliveness come into your awareness as soon as you shift your attention? And again, if you find any stiffness or tension or holding, use your breath. Connect to the tension with your inhale and then soften with your exhale. And really become present to what your experience is. Sometimes emotion comes up, feeling comes up. If it does for you, allow it to flow through you. I've been doing this work before and tears will stream down my face. And at first I get a little alarmed because it's like, what's this? Where's it coming from? What does it all mean? And then once I let go and just enter the flow, it moves, it changes, it shifts. It feels great just to feel the movement. So if anything should come up, you might laugh. You might find yourself with a smile. If you find yourself with a look of concern and worry, notice that. And if there's tension anywhere, let it go. Let it flow. One more minute for just sensing and feeling the entire body. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice what arises over the threshold of your consciousness and then let it go. It's like the water that I mentioned in the Clarion River streaming, right? There's a current, there's a direction to it. And for us, that streaming is tension. Let's stream it down to the earth. Ground it. You know those pictures of the Buddha when he has his hand on the ground. This is the earth. I belong here. This is our place. It will accept that tension. My teacher Sandra Barnard likes to talk about grounding to the earth, grounding in the heart, connecting to that sense of spaciousness, the infinite that's within us and all around us. It's a beautiful thing to do as you're sitting there. Ground to the earth. Ground in your heart. Remembering the goodness of life can oftentimes help me to ground in my heart. And then when the mind begins to just flow with the present moment and the thoughts begin to slow, there's a real connection for me to a sense of spaciousness of the infinite. Allow yourself to have that. See if it works for you. I like to practice that every morning when I wake up. So one of the things that I want to encourage just for a moment before I sign off and say goodbye is that sense of improvisational movement connected to the breath. I would love to see you get down on the floor, your home, right? At any time, lay down on the floor and roll and breathe. And if you can let yourself, and it's a huge joy for me, make sound. Maybe it's a or a hum, or whatever the sound is. Sound. Maybe it's a grunt and a groan. The movement with that sense of yielding to gravity and really connecting to the floor will actually inspire sound if you let it. And then the amount of tension that releases from the body is just wonderful. So I'm not going to do that with us here today, but I think because this was a seed, right? I'm hoping this, the seed will sprout, right? A little water. What does it need? It needs our attention. Play, okay, and allow yourself to breathe and move. Coordinated all together. You've got it in you. You're a creature of nature. You know how to do this if you just let it happen. So with that, I hope to hear you from early in the morning. I start that early in the morning. There's this wonderful prayer that I love. It says, may all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at ease in body and mind. May all beings be peaceful. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Chalice extinguishing words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. May it be so. Peace, amen. Shalom. Blessed be. Namaste.